Since our last video of the Outdoor Boys was so popular, today we're going to be seeing how they make more than 20 campfire meals outside. If you are new to the channel, my name is James. I've been cooking for many years in many different places in America and over here in Europe, and I have plenty of other videos and recipes on my YouTube channel. So if you do happen to enjoy this video, be sure to give it a share and a like, but don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell notification so you don't miss out on any future content. Now, let's get started.
Hey, Luke here at the Outdoor Boys YouTube channel. Today, we're doing camping meals. I'm gonna walk you through breakfast, lunch, dinner. We're doing it all. About 20 recipes from the very simple to something a little bit more challenging. But all of this is stuff that's pretty practical, that doesn't require specialty equipment, and that's really easy to do, whether you're backpacking or car camping. We're gonna cover it all.
More than 20 campfire meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. This is gonna be good. In the last video, Luke made some steak as well as some honey butter bread and a few other things, and he did a really good job for not having that much. So it just goes to show you that in reality, you don't need a lot to make a good meal. Honestly, you don't. You just need a little bit of finesse, a little skill, and maybe a little bit of imagination. Beef, beans, and rice. Is Luke using a Japanese knife to actually flip the steak? If you are going camping, whether it be normal camping or if you're gonna rough it a little bit, taking like a cast iron skillet is a very good idea. If you're roughing it and you're going on foot, it's gonna weigh a lot, so you may not want to take that much weight. I haven't been camping in years, so you know, it depends on you. Also, if any of you guys like your steak more like medium or anything, it's a good idea to sear the steak off first, take it out, put it on a plate, let it cool down, and then cook all the other ingredients if you want it medium. If you want it fully cooked, then that's fine, do what Luke's doing. It is a Japanese knife. Not sure what make it is though. I'm not quite familiar with the signature. Frijoles. What? I don't want to be mean, but even Luke is cooking rice. I mean, it's quick rice, it's like instant made rice, but at the end, he's still cooking it. I won't name names, hint hint.
Costa Rican casado is just amazing. It can be as gourmet or as simple as you like, just based on which ingredients you use. It is amazing.
Basically, it's beef and rice with a little beef steak. It looks tasty. Again, maybe it's not for everyone, but if you were to add maybe a little bit of cilantro and a few other herbs with this, it'd be very good. Maybe a little sriracha. Muffins. So Luke is putting a rock in the bottom to keep the other container that he's putting inside of the pot from touching the bottom. That's where the heat is. So he's making a little bain-marie. Good idea. It's just like, as you see here, you need to be a little careful with the steam so you don't burn yourself. It's also a good idea to make sure that it's on a very level, flat surface, because I think he has it perched on a little bit of a rock and it kind of looks like it's wobbling a little bit. That's a tree stump.
Well, there you go, steamed muffin. It's about as easy as making cereal, super tasty, and all you gotta pack into the woods is a packet of powder.
If you take a quick look at the muffin, it doesn't look like a typical muffin where you have that nice like skin or that outer texture on it where it's a little thicker, and I love blueberry muffins, absolutely love them. And it is steamed, so you can tell maybe it's a little more, well, it has a little more humidity than it would normally have. But for doing this outside, as he did it, really good, eh? Eggs and sausage. Huh. Okay. Interesting. So Luke, he's being careful with the eggs. You have to be so they don't break on you. But he's basically making hard-boiled eggs. Just instead of boiling them as we normally do, he's covering them in the coals.
Well, other than the little brown spots that you have here and there, it tastes exactly like a hard-boiled egg. Just, you did it in the fire ash.
This is a really, really, really clever idea, especially outdoor cooking. Really clever. I mean, since Luke already does have a pot, he could have just used a little bit of water to do the same thing, but this saves you on having to use water and everything. It's actually really simple. Really good. Very clever.
Yum.
Is that pretty easy? You think you could do that yourself?
Mm-hmm.
When you're camping outdoors, the best way to tell if the sausage is done is, unless you have a thermometer, is to just cut it open and just to see if it's done. If it looks like it's not done and it's still like a little undercooked, cook it a little longer. Just make sure not to burn it, because it's very easy to burn sausage and food in general on an open flame. So normally in the normal kitchen in the house, I would suggest to use a bigger pan. When you're camping, you have to make do with what you have, because as you can tell, if you want color on the chicken, instead of boiling it, you need to fry it. Buttered chicken curry. This, I think, is the same brand that I used with Jamie's mango chutney. It's a good company, yeah? If you haven't tried the mango chutney, try it. It's very, very, very tasty. The one that Jamie uses is just, you know, full of sugar. But the buttered chicken sauce, I haven't tried that.
Oh, that's good. Oh, I've already eaten so much food tonight. If getting up early in the morning to cook an elaborate meal doesn't sound appealing to you, try making breakfast from last night's leftovers. And one of my favorites is breakfast rice.
I always use my leftovers for like next day's either lunch or dinner. That saves you a little bit of time. For breakfast, never have though. I never tried that. Eating your dinner for breakfast. He's making like rice pudding. That's a good idea, actually.
Oh. If you like oatmeal or rice pudding, this is gonna be right up your alley.
Sounds like it's a little hot. It's easy too to burn yourself. I mean, last night I was having a croqueta. I was at a restaurant having a very, very tasty croqueta, and it was still a little too hot and I couldn't resist it. I just ate it, and well, my mouth is still a little burnt. No. 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 Luke's not honestly going to be making the hot dogs in the engine block. Seriously. I think this is just for views, yeah? Because Luke knows that you can just make it over the campfire. It's easy.
Yeah.
All right, right behind the dipstick seems to be the hot spot. I think we give it about 10-15 miles and it should be perfectly cooked.
So I'm not familiar with how Kia engines are, how they work or anything. Right now I don't have a US vehicle, I have a Clio, but I used to have GM, Chevy, I used to have all US trucks, and at least with the US motors, the belt is in the front.
30 minutes of cooking time. Let's. Want a hot dog? Here, guys. Who wants a hot dog? There you go, bud. You guys want s'mores?
Ooh.
Oh, you can't have it on the s'more.
Ooh. I'd take a s'more right now. I really would, huh? I love s'mores. If anyone doesn't know what s'mores are, basically is graham crackers, Hershey's chocolate, or any other type of chocolate really, and marshmallows. Technically, when you're camping, you want to take the marshmallow, you want to put it on the stick and then hold it over the campfire to get it nice and gooey. That way it'll stick to the chocolate, and the chocolate will be at like room temp, maybe a little warm so it melts a little bit, which sticks to the graham cracker. And the graham crackers prevent your fingers from getting super dirty. Although they do break on you sometimes, especially if the chocolate's like super hard when you go to bite it and then everything just falls apart. But they're delicious. And if you add a little bit of peanut butter with it as well, even better.
All right, we got the s'mores sitting on the engine block. We'll let that sit for about 10 minutes. S'more. There you go. Not a bad engine block s'more.
This is a good idea. I mean, maybe with the price of gas, I wouldn't be leaving the engine running and everything for this. I'd just start a fire, but still, not a bad idea. Yeah. Ah, he's also using Kiko Man. I wonder if he has any star anise. Maybe not. Sweet potatoes. I don't think he peeled the carrots, but they're clean. Okay, they are clean. Okay, has a bit of pork. Has a decent amount of pork. Not everybody likes the rain, especially camping in the rain, but it is nice, especially when you're out in nature in the forest and it's raining. It's pretty fun. Unless, of course, it's like coming down like cats and dogs, meaning that it's really raining heavily. That's not fun. Oh, good.
Sweet and savory, and it warms you to the bones, which is great on a cold, rainy day like today.
His campfire cooking looks 1,000% better than some of the recipes that we've seen by some other people.
Whoa, that shot right back at me. I'll give you guys a shot of that later.
A few moments later.
It's gonna almost be really clumped together, but it's gonna be just enough to slide right off the spoon.
There are a few ways of doing this. You can do it like he's doing it. You can also lay some clear film out and then lay everything out, so it's a little easier. Or you could even take a portion of some meat in your hand and then wrap it. Basically, you're making a large croqueta. That's what you're making with like a Scotch egg. It's a croquette with the egg in the center, a little bit of meat around it, and then you penne. What's he doing? Ooh. This seems a little sketchy on how tall this is to be frying. I wouldn't recommend copying what Luke is doing. If he's doing it, he's taking the risk, okay? He's being careful, huh? He's been very careful with this.
Those look pretty good, Tommy?
Can I have that one?
Sure.
He did a really good job. The Scotch eggs look perfect. If anybody's wondering why we call it tinfoil and today it's not made out of tin, I guess in the old days tinfoil was actually made out of tin. Today it's not, it's made out of aluminum or aluminium, whatever you want to call it. Tinfoil, or as I call it over here, foil, is a very good product to use if you're in a pinch for either cooking, baking, if you need to use it as a lid, if you need to wrap food in it, anything. Ah, he's gonna bury it in the coals. Potato seems still a little hard, just a little bit. It's simple, it's easy.
Oh, that is so delicious. That Italian sausage just absolutely makes it amazing. The seasonings are perfect.
Oh, he's doing sous-vide omelets again. Okay. His last one in the last video didn't look too good. So let's see how this one turns out. The reason why he's leaving a little gap for the air to escape is that when this starts cooking, it can actually balloon up, and if you leave the Ziploc bag just cracked a little bit, it'll help the air escape instead of you having a balloon on your hands and, you know, everything's hot.
Well, there you go, nice little omelet. All you need is some fire, something to boil water in.
They look better than the other eggs that he cooked for the previous video. They look a lot better. The other ones were a little gray.
All right, most of these recipes are things that I really love to eat. But here's one that's more about convenience than flavor. And it's one that was a staple of camping when I was growing up. Get yourself a thing of instant top ramen, pull it out of the package, put the seasoning on there,
No.
and enjoy.
Seriously, look. He's eating the noodles. Dried. Oh my goodness. Has anyone done this? How is it? I mean, I know that texture is crispy, but...
You won't get any Michelin stars for making this, but it's cheap, it's easy, and it will fill you up.
Especially if you happen to drink like a liter of water after eating that, you know, all the noodles just start expanding in your stomach. This is what happens normally when you eat a lot of bread and then you drink a lot of water afterwards, or rice. Oh. T-bone. The steak will also add a little bit of flavor to the vegetables and vice versa, the veggies with the steak, because asparagus does have a decent amount of flavor and so do the peppers. After eating asparagus, everything smells, you know?
Hi.
It's easy.
Eating steak and vegetables while camping may sound a bit luxurious, but it's super simple, requires very little utensils or cookware, and it's surprisingly cheap. The steak was about $6, the vegetables about $4. For $10, 2 hungry adults can eat steak and vegetables. This is a lot of food.
I wonder when this was, because I think prices have gone up since Luke made that video, because steak here is not cheap at all. Instant curry mix.
I love these heat and serve Indian curry packets. They're $2 to $3. They have a shelf life of about 1.5 years. The serving sizes are generous, and they have every flavor and type of curry under the rainbow that you can choose from.
I'm sure there's one flavor that they're missing. Jamie's butter chicken. This is a really good little tip. I mean, especially if you can buy a whole pack of these and they last over 1.5 years or something. It's easy, you just pop a few of these in your backpack before you go camping. They look a little bit like MREs, or meals ready to eat, what the military uses in the US. Very simple, but the MREs I think are a little expensive, if I'm not mistaken.
Sometimes when you're camping, you just gotta resist the urge to overthink it.
Milk that doesn't need to be refrigerated, so this is ultra pasteurized. If anybody's wondering what pasteurization is, this is the process of basically killing all the pathogens in the product that you're pasteurizing. And that way, it will not only extend the shelf life of the product, but it will help prevent you from getting sick. That is a big piece of meat. That has to be 3 pounds, easy. Maybe 4. He's making a roux. It's a little thick. You need to add a little more milk. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, this looks tasty. Oh, with caramelized onions, I would be in heaven. Yeah?
Oh, sausage gravy is so good. Another simple but wonderful way to use last night's leftovers is French toast.
I haven't made French toast for my YouTube channel. I need to make it. French toast is super easy to make. That's probably why I haven't made it. The same thing with like quesadillas and everything else. It's basics, it's simple. It's basically bread, egg wash. You can put some cinnamon and sugar and some other spices or anything in the egg mix. You dip the bread in the mix, you put that in the pan, that's it, flip it. And then if you want to serve it with like a berry compote, honey, syrup, whatever, that's it. It's simple, but it's delicious.
You haven't had French toast until you've had it cooked over an open fire in a pool of hot butter with big chunks of artisan bread.
As a matter of fact, to think of it, I haven't even seen it on the menu over here for breakfast. I don't think it's quite popular or even well known here in Spain. I could introduce it. That'd be a good idea. It may be popular, huh? People love eggs here. Corn is a very easy product to use because if you leave it in the husk, as Luke is doing, you don't need to like wrap it or anything. The husk itself is pretty fire resistant. Inside, the corn should be more or less fine, and the outside, the husk, you just peel it off and that's it, it's done. Spam and eggs. Now, it's been over 10 years since I last been to Hawaii, but when I was there, Spam was still very, very popular.
I love this stuff.
That pan is getting a lot of work. It's a one-pan meal.
Now that right there is a perfect breakfast sandwich. Yolk dripping right out of there. Ooh, the butter in the frying pan just makes the toast so much better. The smoke, just everything about this is delicious.
Something tells me that Luke really enjoys camping. Like, I don't know, but it's just something. And I think the part that he enjoys the most is the cooking part, the food. This is what I think he enjoys the most because he always lights up when he makes something. You can tell he likes his own cooking. This is a good thing too if you like your own cooking. It's horrible if you don't, you know. You never cook.
Here in the US, we're so used to eating that highly processed instant oatmeal, it's easy to forget how delicious and filling real oatmeal can be. So next time you're on a camp out, take a little extra effort, make yourself some real oatmeal.
If anybody's wondering what the difference is between rolled oats and steel cut oats are the ones that look like they've just been cut. These are stilled. Rolled oats are the flat ones, and these are the ones that you see in like muesli and everything else. Oh, yes, some blueberries too I saw, and raisins, and cherries. When making the oats, I would suggest to add a little bit of honey or something with it if you're going to be making like porridge, because it can be a little, not like bitter per se, but it can be a little like, it needs a little sweetness. It really does.
Are good. Super easy and loads of fun to do. Biscuits and gravy, man. Gotta love it.
Biscuits and gravy are very, very popular in the US, especially in certain parts. And I never grew up eating it, just because my dad was English, so we never ate this. Pillsbury Doughboy. He's doing the hand technique with the fire.
If I'm not gonna drag a lot of utensils into the woods, this is one of my absolutely favorite meals.
This, and I think also steak, because he tends to cook a lot of steak. Frito taco salad. If anybody's wondering what a taco salad is exactly what it sounds like. It's a taco salad. So basically think the hard shell tacos, but instead of in the shape with the tacos and everything, pretty much everything mixed up and more lettuce. And you eat it as a salad. Some pico. And pre-grated cheese.
You can get the little individual serving size Frito package and just make the tacos right inside the package. Super simple.
He's using catfish. I've never used catfish for fish and chips before. Cod, hake, and a lot of other types of fish, but catfish, no. Kind of looks like he's using a GoPro for this. Okay. He's going to be dredging the fish now, and he's seasoning it. Oh good, he's drying it off. This is what you want to do, because otherwise the mix won't stick to the fish very well. Also, when you make the batter, you want to make sure that it's not too runny. If it's too runny, it won't stick to the fish when you're frying it, and if it's too thick, you'll have a very thick batter and a very thick fish and chips. I mean, it'd just be batter, basically. And if you like the little bits of batter that I left in the fryer, I forget what they're called. My dad used to love these growing up in England. People eat these as well. Again, it's not healthy, but the little batter bits, but you can eat them. As we saw earlier, where Luke was cooking or frying, I should say, like suspended, this is a lot safer, the setup that he has here. And this is more of a setup that I would recommend to have, something in a bigger pot that's also lower to the ground, so it's not going to like tumble, and then you're not going to have an issue with the fire burning yourself or anything like this.
Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? Beautiful, fresh caught fish and chips on the bank of a river. I got some malt vinegar here that I'm going to put on it. That was good.
He did a really good job, and especially for catching fresh fish. Personally, I'd make a little bit of tartar sauce because I love tartar sauce to go with this, but he did a really good job. He's just missing the mushy peas. I don't know why everyone needs it, but it's one of those things. It has to go with fish and chips. This is Uncle Roger's worst nightmare. Instant yaki soba.
If you ever get tired of top ramen and cup of noodle and want to mix it up a little bit, try these instant yaki soba meals. Really cheap, and they come in a bajillion different flavors.
Didn't Uncle Roger make like an instant yakisoba or ramen pack that you can just make in a few minutes? I think he did, no?
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video because I think I just put on 20 pounds. If you want to see other videos like this, we did a great video with my top campfire snacks. Put a link in the description. And don't forget to click subscribe. We put out new videos every Saturday morning. Thanks for watching.
He did a fantastic job. The majority of them turned out to look very easy to make, simple, but they look tasty. A couple of them were a little sketchy on how he made them, like the scotch egg. You just need to be a little careful with that. Hopefully Luke will come back from retirement, because he did retire not that long ago, because it looks like he has a lot of fun camping and everything, but he may have got burned out by it. In any case, guys, if you did enjoy this video, be sure to give it a like and a share, and not only subscribe to my channel, but go over to Luke's channel as well and follow him. Even if he's not posting, at least try to support him. Be sure to check out this next video coming up here, and I will see you guys again very soon. Until then, take care, and if you want to catch me live, then be sure to check out YouTube, Twitch, Kick, TikTok, and all my other accounts as well.